YouTube, what's happening? Here we have the Baus that ran straight fuel. Bottom end's still good, although I go clean it. Now, it's cheaper to buy a new saw. Once I came to that conclusion, I thought, well, it ran, just had almost no compression, and anything past a twig, it would struggle. So I thought, well, I don't have a cylinder hanging or nothing. Sandpaper wasn't quite good, so what I did, now you don't do this. I did. Yep. Took the gouges out. Did the same on the piston. Cleaned the head, cleaned the piston, because the piston had gouges on it too. You could see them, but you can't really feel them. Now the rings didn't seem all that bad. You can almost feel no marks on the rings, barely. Just they're almost perfectly smooth and could almost bed back in. But I reckon bad compression, you've lost material, but by at least making the surface as flat as possible. You know, how is a ring supposed to seal on a surface with bumps? That's where the blow-by happens. Obviously, I've taken material out by trying to get it flat again, and I've done pretty good. It's almost perfectly flat. I didn't use a hone, so I'm just having a dick around in the shed. That's all this is. Now, I don't know which way the piston goes, so I'm just going to assume when you look at the two ports, you look at where the piston sits, either that way or that way. The pins are the two pins are just on one side to locate the ring gaps. And I've assumed that the piston travels all the way up the top, comes down, like it goes up the top, uncovers that port. When it comes down, it stops before the rings reach here. You actually don't get to see the rings in here. You see them in here because the rings travel past that port, but they don't uncover that port. So I'll put the two pins on this side, the ring gaps on this side, because the rings shouldn't come across. They should not encounter any ports. So I'll slap it back together, and we'll see what happens. I'll tell you straight away. I'm not expecting a miracle. I'm just playing around. You know, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm just, you know, I've got a long weekend and I'm having a play, and that's all this is. If I find a bow bag or something on the tip, I'll see if I can make the cylinder fit. But until then, I'm just dicking around. That's all this is. So I will see you shortly with a complete saw up and running. Well, we'll see. Just stay tuned. Well, obviously, that's the way the piston goes, because that's the side where the exhaust is. You got scratches there. You got scratches there. You know, I know a lot of you probably knew that, and why hasn't this guy figured that out? But yeah, if this was a good engine, not a screwed one, and you didn't have scratches to work with, you shouldn't have scratches to work with, but if you didn't have scratches and marks and stuff, I guess my little bit of common sense there was correct. So yeah, back to it. Starting to look a bit promising. Still has to bed in, but until it beds in, we'll see. All right. Will it chooch? Hey? Will it just blow? I'm doing a YouTube video. Will this chooch? What will it do? Or just blow up in my face? Doubt that. Would it be helpful if I hooked up the throttle linkage? Maybe. I should probably do that though. Hang on. Take two. Hope I didn't forget nothing. Alright, I did tune the saw. Definitely not the saw it used to be. This is a piece of iron bark, slightly hollowed out. We'll see what it does. I'm not expecting a miracle. I didn't even sharpen the saw, but just want to see what it does. Definitely recording.